I thought, well, if you're going to talk about people training at home, then record a session or maybe two, or maybe we'll do it regularly from my home. So this is my lobby. This is like my front door, just behind the camera. So welcome to my home. I hope you enjoy the sessions that we do here. Now, as I said, I just think it's nice to do it this way because you can see then that I don't have a huge amount, no equipment here with me. I've brought the banner, and that's pretty much it really. So I've just got a rug. I know I have done classes in this room before during a period of lockdown. I know sometimes the rug slides around a bit, some hard floor. That could be interesting. We'll see. Good. All right. Let's get on with some stuff. I want to do we'll do the usual warm up, a little bit of fitness stuff, but nice easy fitness, and then we'll do some more on elbows. All right. Good. So let's bow to begin. Good. Right. Let's just start with some nice side steps. One side and then back. Good. Now, as I always say to you, you can do this as energetically as I do, slightly less energetically than I do, more energetically than I do. Be your own guide. Make this a good workout for you and enjoy yourself. It's the most important thing. Alright, so we're warming up my legs, obviously keeping our knees soft, working these adductors, these muscles up the inside of our legs. Right, I'm going to go forward and back. So lunge forward, I'm lunging forward with my left leg first, left foot first, catching up right. So I go forward, catch up, back, catch up, forward together, back together, forward together, back together, forward together, back together. Good, now we'll do it for the other leg. I have an audience today. I've got two dogs looking through the window watching me do this. I have a small black schnauzer and a border terrier. It's quite amusing. Good, right, that's just nice, easy jog. I'm going to do elbow to knee. So I hope you're getting into the sessions. I hope you're having fun doing them. There's absolutely no point in doing anything that's not fun, especially fitness-wise, fitness and health and mobility-wise. If it's not fun, you think back lunges. You have to ask yourselves, what would we continue to do? And the sad truth is that we probably wouldn't continue to do it. So I always like to make sure everything I do is enjoyable. Then I want to keep doing it. Then I'll feel the benefits. Good. Just a little bit of jogging on the spot, nice and easy. Just push those arms out in front of you in a punching sort of shape. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, if we stop jogging and just come up with this way, like an uppercut sort of shape. Yeah, I think we've covered uppercuts yet in the syllabus, but this is a very rough guide for you. You can just see the punch comes up with this way. Good movement to warm your shoulders up. So and then we're going to hook. And then we've done palm hooks. So you can do either palm or knuckle hooks. It's good warm up movement as well. Good, right? And just let your shoulders turn a bit more as you bring those across. Warming up your torso a little bit as well. Right, that's good. And back on your toes and push your hands together. Get some resistance between those palms. And pull. Lock your fingers and pull. And push. And pull. Alright, so I'm going to circle one arm forward. don't know if you noticed, but I had a quick check to see where the ceiling light was. Slightly backwards. And the other side forward. And backward. Super, and across your body. Nice and easy. That's good. And just bring your elbows up and twist around one way. And around the other way. Back again. A little bit of body twist. Loosen up those muscles in our torso. And the other way. Alright, super. Just pop one leg forward and we're going to do knee swings. So bring that knee up. Let's drop back. So swing it up. Drop back. You're going to do 10. It's about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. You can hear the dogs now. Somebody's just gone past. So they're doing their guard dog duties. Good. Right. So legs wide. Bend your left leg and push down. Bend one leg and push down. No matter which one you push. Good. And change sides. Good. Right. So let's do some opening the gate. So lift up. Get the side swing. Start nice and steady. As you're feeling your legs and the muscles in your legs warm up a bit, then you can do a bit more velocity, a bit more speed, a bit more oomph. Let's just get things going. Good. Alright, so now let's do some straight leg swings. So put one leg forward again. With straight leg swings, you do have to be more careful. And I know I often mention this, but just make sure you don't strain anything because you've got the long lever of your leg. Bit of alliteration. You long that leg lever, and it does have a lot of momentum. So don't swing too hard; it could pull a muscle. Right? So just let it swing up, and then drop back gently. Up and back. And I have noticed that I've got the camera a little bit lower for this session than I would do normally. Makes my kicks look really high. I'm not kicking this high really. It's just that I've placed the camera a bit lower down. So good for my confidence there. This is how my legs are going really high. Good, right, change leg to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, good. So let's do some techniques now. I said that we were going to look at elbows today. So there are all sorts of elbows. We're we're going to look at horizontal elbows. So elbows that come in this plane. You can go up and down as well, but that's a lot to cover in one session to do this, up, down, and then all of the angles as well. Right, so let's keep this to horizontal elbows. Yeah. Now, good thing about working elbows is it really does twist your torso. So just be careful of that. You know, if your back and your abs are a little bit stiff or easily become sore, just be a little bit careful, a little bit steady in the way you do this. And remember, this is about you getting the most for you. You don't have to impress anyone else. This is about you learning and you just getting more, a better and better understanding of martial arts and combat arts. Yeah, alright, so pop one leg in front. And first of all, we'll do an elbow this way with our front arm. Right, so it's just going to come around this way, strike and back. Elbow and back. My dogs are going to go in a moment because the postman's just gone. If they see him, then they may be barking again. Alright, so this way, and nice and simple, palm downwards. You may want to clench your palm and also hold that hand against your body because that keeps the arm bent. If you don't hold your arm against your body and you make contact with this elbow, sometimes your arm would fly open and then you don't get quite such a focused strike with the elbow. Right, so here we go then with this front arm coming in this way. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Swap sides. Here we go again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Let's switch legs. I'll do some sideways. You might get a better view of what's going on. You'll certainly get a better view, probably, of what I'm doing with my legs. So I'm going forward this way. So as you can see, I'm bending my front leg to let my body weight move into the technique. Yeah, so whether you're light or heavy, however much body weight you have, it's good to get it going into the technique. Now, with anything, whether it's an elbow or any upper limb technique, you don't want to take your center of gravity outside your base. So your base is your stance. Now, as soon as my center of gravity goes in front of that front leg, then I'll topple and lose my balance. Right, so I need to make sure that I stay within keep my center of gravity within my stance. Yeah, so you can experiment and try leaning forward and think, whoa, that's a bit too much. You know, often the very, very best way of working out which is what's best in any situation is to practice it. You know, practice it and think, all right, I'll go to the limit, I'll see how far I can lean. Right, that's a bit too far. You know, and that is a brilliant way for you to learn, especially if you're training at home on your own. You know, trial and error. Do something, go a bit harder, a bit longer, lean a bit more until you think, well, that's a bit too much, I'm losing a bit there. Yeah, it's not comfortable. Right, so let's do 5 on each side, a little bit faster. We'll do this sideways on view. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, let's put the other leg in front and go the other way. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Alright, so let's go back to this position, facing the camera again. Now we're going to use our back hand, back arm, back elbow, whatever it is, our back upper limb. Let's really come this way. Now, I think that a back elbow, an elbow with your back limb, has loads more force than a front elbow because it has longer to travel, it has a longer movement. Right, so this is okay, this is good, this is quick, this gets to the target very quickly. But this has more travel, more time, takes longer to get to my target, right, but it will have much more power when it gets there. And it has the torque of my whole body, the twisting ability of these muscles, as well as the weight moving in and the strength from the arm as well. Okay, are we ready? So we use our back elbow. Keep the other hand up and hold that in against your chest when you strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, switch legs. Here we go then, this way. 1, hold it in with the other hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, switch legs. Alright, so if I shave sideways, yep, and then we'll go a little bit faster. So ready, keep those hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, brilliant. Now, what I would describe all of those strikes that we've done as inward elbows. So I come inward this way, I'm striking with the, if you like, the forward side of my elbow. Right, so now we're going to look at doing them backwards this way. So we're going to strike with the back part of the elbow. Now, a lot of people prefer this, and I think often you can do it and the strike almost keeps a guard. And you can see there, as I strike, my head is pretty well covered and pretty well safe. Right, so there's a lot of benefit to a backward elbow strike. Alright, here we go. So from this position, you're going to bring the arm up across your body and strike this way. So up and strike this way. I'll show you a couple of variations on this in a moment to make it stronger. But let's just do it as a crossover forward and strike this way. So begin with ready. Here we go. 1, cross and strike. 2, cross, strike. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And switch legs. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, right, switch legs. So you can see how just striking with the arm this way is really effective, and it guards you as you get into position. Right, now let's look at doing the same thing with our backhand. So from this position, I'm going to step forward and strike this way. Yeah, so hopefully you can see that nice and clearly. I step in and bam, strike this way. I can use a backward elbow strike with my backhand, but obviously it would go backwards. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a really effective technique, and Maybe we'll practice that today, or maybe we'll leave that to another time. But let's look at striking forward with your back elbow. So you're going to step in, strike this way. Now, let's do this in a similar way to the way we did our front elbow. So we'll cross our arms and strike this way. Cross our arms and strike. Yeah, as we step, cross and cover. So this is like protecting you. And then bang with that front elbow. Okay, we ready? 1, step forward and cross, strike. Back. 2, step forward, cross your arms, strike. Back. 3, cross your arms, step forward. Good, back. 4, cross, strike, and back. 5, cross your arms, strike, and back. 6, cross those arms, strike, and back. 7, cross over, strike, and back. 8, cross, strike, and back. 9, strike, and back. 10, strike, and back. Right, let's switch legs. I'll do these sideways, it may help you to see even better. Ready? 1, strike, and back. 2, strike, and back. You can see as I step forward how well covered I am. 4, strike, and back. And my chin is pretty safe behind the elbow. Where was I? Well, lost the count now. 6, I hope. 7, cross, strike. 8, strike. 9, strike. And 10. This way. Good. Right, now let's look at a quick variation on that. I'll turn this way so you can perhaps see better. I'm going to step in this way and cover. Right, but when I want to make the strike, I'm going to push on my hand with my other hand. Yes, the hand that's closed, the striking elbow, I'm going to push on that with the other hand to make it stronger. Okay, is that clear? I will do it sideways across the camera. We'll do it slowly here. Ready? 1. So step forward and forward. Close this hand. Strike, push, and strike. Good, right, we'll do 10 of these. Ready? 1. Forward, close, strike. 2. Forward, close your hand, strike. 3. Strike. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good, let's go the other way. Ready? 1. Forward, strike. 2. Strike. 3. Strike. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. All right, that's nice. Now let's look at applying the same principle with the front elbow strike. And so from here, remember we did this. We did this where we just covered. Yeah. So let's do the same thing here. Well, we just do 5 of these because the principle is really similar. So you're just going to lift up this front elbow and cover, strike. It's bam with that front elbow. Ready? So it's a very similar principle, but we'll just do another 5 on each leg. Ready? 1. 2. Make sure that elbow covers you as you move in. 4, 5. Good, and we'll do the other side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, good. Now let's have a quick look at a backward elbow strike as well, shall we? And obviously I need to do this across the camera or you won't see it all. So here's my start position, and we've been doing everything in front of us up until now. Alright, so this is for a technique for a need for a technique behind you. Right, so from here back. Now I think you definitely need to move this foot. If I turn and face the camera for a moment, you can see that if I just twist and face the other way, you know, I'm off balance. So this leg needs to come across so that I'm balanced when I face the other way. Yeah? Now obviously, if I just have to do this quickly, and I don't have a chance to move my foot, fair enough, this still works, but this is much more powerful if I turn into it. Yeah? I really am much more teed up and much more stable. Right, so let's do it with that back foot moving across. Ready? So hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, right, let's do the other leg. Ready? 1, move the leg across. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now I'm going to face the other way, and I'm going to do 5 on each leg without moving my leg across. And this is still a good technique. It doesn't turn your momentum and your full force into the elbow, into that striking technique, but it's still okay. It's still reasonable. Right. So from here, just bam, just lift up and strike, and you can stay completely stable. It's more difficult if someone was directly behind me. It's more difficult to get to them without moving my foot. But if they're off to the side, or if this would still hit a target, then that's fine. Okay, are we ready? 1, so lift and strike backwards. 2, 3, lift up, push back. 4, 5. Good, switch legs. Ready for this side, this elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right. So I wanted to do some waving hands like clouds with you as a qigong exercise. And I was thinking about how to show you, and I remember teaching this many years ago and showing this particular exercise, and some people having trouble coordinating their hands. So I've broken it into 2 halves for you. So let's make this a leg exercise. Put your feet nice and wide apart. Bend your knees. Keep your back as straight as you can. So you've got some, some tone in these legs. They're fired up, they're being worked. Yeah. And now the exercise is this. Yeah. people struggle to get both their hands to work in coordination. So we'll do one hand at a time to begin with. Alright, so let's start with this hand. So we're going to come in across low, palm forward, lift up, and go out, palm backwards. Yeah, down, and in, up, and out. Down, in, up, and out. Right, so you get this nice action this way. You can smooth that, don't make it too angular. And you get your breathing going one way, it doesn't matter which way, so you can breathe in, out. Yeah, makes sense? Right, stimulate the break for a second. Now let's do the other hand as well, obviously. We need to get both hands going together. So, let's make that stance again. And we'll do the same thing with this one. 1, 2, ready? Okay, good. Now, hopefully you can feel it in your legs. I can feel it in my legs, so it's, I'm sure that you're probably feeling something in there as well. Now, let's try and do it again. There are a couple of ways, there are several ways you can do your breathing. So you could breathe in, out, or you could breathe in, out, in, out. It's up to you really. It really depends how comfortable you are with deep breathing. When you breathe in, allow your belly to fill, allow your belly to expand out. I know I've shown you this before, but pull your diaphragm down, pull your lungs all the way to the bottom as you breathe in, all the way to the bottom of your lungs, which will allow your belly to push out. Nothing wrong with that, you know. It's not like the old thing about keep your belly sucked in all the time. Sometimes when you're breathing deeply, your belly needs to be allowed to push out. All right, are we ready? All right, so let's try both hands together then. I should do in, out for a bit, and then I'll do one breath to go both ways. All right, ready? All right, so let's start here. Nice and soft and gentle, ready? So, hopefully that was comfortable for you. Let's see if we can do the in, out. Yeah, so twice long breath, but don't do it as holding your breath. Do it as filling your chest, filling your lung capacity all the way until we start to exhale. So it's in, and out. Yeah, good. Don't worry if you don't get this to begin with. It does get better and easier with practice. And I promise you, the breathing exercises are so useful. All right, are we ready? So we go in, out. Ready? Not that quickly now. Ready? Here we go. Good. Well, you can do that for longer or less part more, for as long as you like. You can do one plus through, two, three, four plus. And the thing is, if you're counting, you can even gradually get longer and longer. And it does work your thighs and your glutes. So it's a really good exercise for activating the big muscles in your body. Right, so I'm going to leave it there for today. Hope you had a good session. Remember to practice 2 or 3 times what we do in each session so that you become really accustomed to it. And obviously, we'll cover things again. We've just looked at elbows on their own today, so we'll look at putting elbows with something else, other techniques. So everything will get covered many times. Sometimes it's nice to just work on one particular aspect. All right, good. Feet together, hands by your sides. Down. Good. See you next time.